story is I left school without any GCSEs. An Indian girl without any GCSEs, how the hell was she ever going to be successful? I am now earning more than anybody in my family. And that's not a boast, that's not me bragging about the situation. But it's to prove a point in the fact of you can change your life around. Hi and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my best advice, and it's part of my series, by the way, which I'll leave link below. But basically each Wednesday I come back with a video where I think I can give you my life experience, at the grand old age of 31, but my best advice on certain topics and elements that I think might help you improve in life. I have come from an environment and a upbringing and a life of lack. I didn't have any self-worth. I wasn't the best person to probably be around. I made so many mistakes, but I've come through life on the other side, and I'm so confident now in my abilities. I'm so confident on my self-worth. I'm more and more each day as time passes, I'm getting more comfortable in my own skin. So in this video, I'm going to teach you my best advice on self-improvement and why I think it's important that each and every one of us practices self-development and self-improvement day in, day out. So without further ado, let's get straight on into the video. So what is self-worth? Now, I'm going to talk to you like I would talk to my sister, my niece, my team leaders at work, somebody that I feel is lacking self-worth, self-improvement, that is kind of going through life in a mundane process, that doesn't really have many aspirations at the moment, probably because they feel they lack the skill and ability to do so, and that doesn't really see a way out. They don't have confidence in their own ability, and this is where self-improvement comes in. So my story is I left school without any GCSEs. An Indian girl without any GCSEs, how the hell was she ever going to be successful? I am now earning more than anybody in my family. And that's not a boast, that's not me bragging about the situation. But it's to prove a point in the fact of you can change your life around. On my channel, I talk heavily about self-improvement, but I felt it was necessary to come to you with this video because I believe that we don't spend enough time having confidence in our own ability, and therefore we lack self-improvement on a day-to-day basis. So when I left school and I didn't have any GCSEs, I really did not know what I was going to do. I was probably in a similar situation to perhaps if you're watching this video, you're facing, where you're questioning life, you're questioning your own abilities, you don't know what you're going to do, and you feel like you're stuck in a rut. I'm here to tell you that you can absolutely change. Whatever you want to do, you can do this, you can achieve whatever it is you desire. So when I left school, I did a hairdressing course in college, and I took a 2-year course. I took a year in between that working in a hairdresser's. And then I stumbled into the world of agency work and working as an warehouse operative, because hairdressing wasn't for me. I didn't want to be on my feet all day, every day. And I found it boring, I found it a bit mundane, and I just didn't want to do that. I feel like you can't perform at your peak level if you're not passionate about something, right? So when I took up a little bit of agency work, I started applying myself really well, and people around me and my managers at the time saw that I was doing a good job and gave me a permanent role. And with that permanent role, it gave me a stepping stone into this world of, of working. And I started to feel a sense of self-belief and a bit of confidence in my own ability again, because I felt empowered, and I grew my confidence. But I knew that that wasn't going to be enough to carry me through life and carry me to the places and destinations that I wanted to go, especially within the corporate world. So I began to think about all the things that I could do to improve myself. Now remember, I left school without any GCSEs. So how was I going to do it? Well, let me tell you. You can go to the Open University and you don't need any qualifications. And you can take a full-on degree and you don't need GCSEs. Shocking, right? The other thing is, how many times do they actually ask you in an interview for proof of your GCSEs or even ask you about your GCSEs anymore? So my mindset at the time was, I'm going to go and get a degree. Because it was so important to me that I proved to myself that the reason I left school without any GCSEs wasn't because I wasn't clever enough. It was because I didn't apply myself, right? So I looked at it as, if I go to university and I get a degree, I can then start to perform better because I'll understand that I've got an ability and that I've got the expertise in something that I lacked in the past, and that really helped me with my confidence. So yeah, I have got a degree now in computing and IT, and that's just a small example, of my life and a snippet of my journey. Now we're going to move on to how you can actually start making improvements in your life. So step number 1, I want you to evaluate your situation. So look at where you are, and I've actually got a quote. Wait, I need to show you this. It says, the gap between the life you want and the life you are living is called mindset, focus, and consistency. And so this is the screenshot, look. And it's absolutely true, So when you're assessing where you are in life, I want you to also understand where you want to be. And don't get strung up on, it has to be abundantly clear, like you want to be this doctor in 5 years' time. I want you to be clear and specific, but also really be realistic. Because a lot of people out here tell you that you have to have a goal in mind and you've got to reach it. Well, some people's goals are, I want to make $1 million before I turn 21. Some people's goals are, I do want to be a doctor in 5 years' time. But it has to be personal, realistic, and achievable for you. Next, I want you to understand how you're going to do it. So we're going to take the bigger goal and we're going to break it down into smaller steps. And whatever it is that you need to do to go and achieve that, I want you to do it. Stop procrastinating about if it's the right time, if you're able to do it. Shadowing yourself with self-doubt, because having that negative mindset from the offset will really limit your ability. I mean, how did you think I felt when I left school and I didn't have any GCSEs? I didn't feel great. I had a shed ton of self-doubt, but do you think that I carried that through my life and that's why I got a degree? No, absolutely not. It wasn't, right? So that's what you've got to let go of. You've got to let go of your self-doubt. I did not know how I was going to achieve a degree. I failed maths. I was so bad. I still am, but I had to do binary mathematics for a computing degree. How do you think I did that? One thing I'd say is, just don't think about it. The more power you give that negative thought, the more it will limit your desires, okay? And it will prevent you from actually taking those steps to do what you want to achieve in the future. And it will actually limit you from achieving that goal that you've said that you really passionately want. And it will limit you taking action on your goals. Now that we've actually understood that we've got some actionable steps that we can take and we want to get this goal, we've got to put it into practice, okay? I don't want you just to write a plan and then forget about it. If you've said that you want to go to uni, go and do it. If you've said that you want to be a doctor, you've got to go and do it. And look, Nothing in life comes easy, okay? Like I said, when I was doing mathematics at university level, I was absolutely strung upon, oh my God, these numbers make no sense to me, right? But I ploughed through it. I ploughed through the hardships. It took me a while to get my degree, right? It took me almost 5 to 6 years. And I failed once, and I took a gap year out because I thought, oh, I'm just never going to achieve this, because I was in a negative mindset. But eventually, once I got into a clearer headspace and I started having a bit more confidence in my abilities, yes, I still had hardships. Yes, it still took me longer than anybody else on my course. Yes, I went to exams and sometimes it wasn't my best performance, but I ploughed through it. And in the end, I achieved what I said I was going to do. And I proved the point to myself. And what you've got to understand is that everyone is different, okay? So, for example, you might be faster at learning mathematics than me. You might be bad and you might be worse than me. But the question I'm giving you is, do you want that goal hard enough? Because if so, no matter how difficult it is, you're going to give yourself that goal, you're going to take the steps and you're going to plough through it. Because self-improvement is the key to success. I'm going to leave this video here. If you want any more information or you want any other tips, I've got a whole heap of videos on my channel, so go and make sure you subscribe, and also leave a comment below if you feel like you would like more information. On Wednesdays we do make shorter videos, which is just small snippets of advice that I can give you. And on Sundays I post longer form content which consists of how we can improve in our mindset, mental health and career. So please make sure you subscribe, comment below whatever else you want to see next, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks guys!